It's time to begin spelling for life. I hope that you were able to download the vowel generator chart that was on my website that I put there yesterday. Hope you did. If you weren't able to, that's okay. You can download it after this, rewatch the lesson, do whatever you like, but I will I'll explain how to use the vowel generator. What we have to do, what you have to realize, and there's a couple of things that I want you all to realize, is that we've got 26 letters of the alphabet and around about 44 sounds that we have to express using those 26 letters of the alphabet. One of the things that we did in writing to overcome that mathematical problem of 26 but 44 was that some letters can represent more than one sound. Can you think of some letters that represent more than one sound? What single letters in the alphabet represent more than one sound? Yep, the letter E represents a whole bunch of sounds. In fact, and why? In fact, all the vowels do, don't they? They've at least got their sound and their name that they represent. But some consonants also make or represent different sounds. A, very good, Max. G, yes. U, Mario, that's the last time you're allowed to write the alphabet today. Well done. I'm glad you can do it. That's the last time. All right. PH, yes, well, those are two letters that go together to make one sound, and that's the next thing. So rather than having single letters make lots of different sounds, also you can have two letters that go together to make one sound. That's another way that we solve the mathematical problem. When two letters go together to make one sound, that's called a digraph. Di means two. Graph means something which is written. And today we're going to look at all the vowel digraphs in English. Our homework, Eliza and Will, yes. Our homework, twit comes from Middle English, a twitten. So it's not a proper TW word, and that's why it's not two. Oh, you're so clever. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you. And before we get on to the next bit, yes, you're right, Julia, A, E, I, O, U, represent more than one sound. Very good. Before we get on to that, thank you so much, Eliza and Will. That is really good research, and I'm very, very grateful for you that you've done that. I hope everybody got that. It's an old English word, and TW doesn't mean two in that word. There are other words where TW doesn't mean two. There was some homework from yesterday where you were finding words that were the air, ear, ire, or, and your family. Did anyone come up with any more words where you got a vowel plus R and then added E, like care, dare, fair? If you have any more of those, you can put them into chat. But now, let's get on with the lesson proper. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Ooh, stare, says Edie. Mere. Yes, Bridget, mere. And that's quite a high vocabulary word in that we don't say it a lot. I am a mere linguist. All right. We're going to generate all the two-letter vowels in English. We're done with single letters. Now we're going to look at the combinations. That's the next thing that we're going to do. So I am going to share my screen with you, and I will give you the slideshow that we are going to use today. It's called the vowel generator because a generator is something which produces things. A generator produces or generates things, and we're going to generate all the two-letter vowels in English, all the vowel digraphs. They follow a specific pattern. They have certain properties that we should look at. What I've done with the vowel generator grid is the one that you've downloaded already has AE and IOU along the top and AE and IOU down the side like that. But in these three squares here, we're actually going to write the other three letters that combine with vowels in English to create vowel digraphs. The first letter is the letter R, write it in after your U on the top row. Then we've got W, and then we've got Y. And those three supplementary letters combine with the other vowels to form vowel digraphs in English. What we're going to do is we're going to read this like a map, like the coordinates of a map. We'll get this one first, A, and we'll put it with the letter A, and that would make AA. Now you tell me, is that a common vowel digraph in English? Yes or no? AA together, yes or no? Emma's saying no. No, says Maxie. Absolutely. No, says William and Eliza and Bridget and everybody, Eliza and Will and the Tansley family and Emma and Mitchell and Emily, you're all saying no, you're right. Put a cross in that box because that is not a common vowel digraph. So do you see the game here? There'll be some crosses and there will be some actual vowel digraphs. Let's take the letter A again and combine it this time with the letter E. A plus E, does that make a vowel digraph? Yes or no? A sitting next to E. You've moved my computer, Bubs. Sorry. No worries. A sitting next to E. And some people do definitely say no. It's not a common vowel digraph, is it? But in some words that we've borrowed from Greek again, so you could say yes or you could say no. I don't mind, but in words like Ariel and check this one out, pediatrician, right? Which is a doctor for children. Yeah. AE does exist and it's usually words that we have taken from Greek. So it's up to you. It's up to you. AE is not that common, but let's do the next one. A plus I, yes or no? A plus I, we're on A, I, combining A from here and I from this line above. Yes or no? Yes or no? Oh, there's a lot of people saying yes. Nice one. In fact, it's going so fast I can't even keep up with everybody. You're right. A plus I does. It is a very common digraph. The sound that it normally represents is A, like in rain, Maxie. Exactly. AI can be put together with R, and in your accent, that would be the air family. In the Australian or English accent, you'd say air. So AIR is a combination of three letters that go together to make one sound. In my accent, and all you Scottish people and all you American people, that's not three letters, one sound. It's three letters, two sounds, air, right? But AI, just on its own, without an R next to it, would be A, like in train. Exactly, Emma. Train, pain, rain, and so on. Not just with an N. There are lots and lots of consonants that go after AI. So make sure, be careful, because AIR is not what we're doing today. That's a different thing. That actually is an R-controlled vowel, air. So we're going to do that another time. So do not put, whatever you do, do not write any words with AIR in them. It's a different pattern. All right, so Aussie, umpire is a great word, but it doesn't have AI in it. We're looking for AI. So that would be maid, as in there was a maid in the hotel, or rain, or gosh, there's lots of words like, what other AI words are there? There's millions and I can't even think of any. It's up to you. Rain. Trail, thank you very much, Archer.
Rain.
Yeah, there's lots of them with N. I'm trying to avoid ones with N because it's more than N. All right. Chain, yes, jail. Absolutely. Jail. All right, so AI is a good one. Let's move on. A plus O, yes or no? A plus O, yes or no? Ooh, Maxie's fast. He's saying no. Does everyone agree with Maxie? Mm-hmm. A-O, no. Doesn't happen. All right. AU. A plus U, yes or no? We're on to the next one. A plus U, yes or no? And the yeses all over the place. This is the or that you may not use at the end of a word. Look at all these examples. Sauce, says Archer. That's an amazing one. That's got final silent E, making C say S as well. Got Hall and Mall, Edie and Amelia. Nice one. Australia, yay! Very good. All right, or, that's the or you may not use at the end of a word. Okay, A plus R, yes or no? A plus R. Is that a vowel digraph in English? Everybody's saying yes, you're right. It's R. And in fact, we covered this a couple of days ago in the Wacky R's, right? So guess what? That column, you see that column that ends with R? Everything in this column will be a vowel plus R. That column's going to have no crosses in it, because one of the things that we do to generate different pronunciations in words is that we combine vowels with R. Yep, really good. Okay, yes, some beautiful examples there. I hope everybody's keeping up with the chat too, because some of these examples are amazing. All right, A plus W. A plus W, yes or no? That's right, or like straw, said the Tanzik family. This is the or you may use at the end of a word. There are two ways to spell. Oh, crikey, I just gave you the answer to the other one. That's a nightmare. There are two ways to, well, there are two ways so far that we've generated here where we have the representation of the sound or. This is the or you may not use at the end of a word. Why can't you use that or at the end of a word? Why is that not a word final or, the A and the U? How come? How come we have to use AW if we want to express or, but we can't use AU? What's wrong with that? Answers on a postcard. You is illegal. You got there, Melissa. Thank you. Yes, you cannot use this or. This is a word internal or. This tends to be a word final or, but you can use it anywhere. But this you cannot use at the end of a word. All right, U is an illegal letter. Beautiful work. A plus Y. I see some people are going on ahead. Lots of people saying yes. Like play, you're right. And stay and play. Yes, exactly. And that's your A line. Let's review the A line. There are two combinations here where A does not go with another letter. A plus A plus O. All the rest, it can go. Oh, I just did a poem. All right, let's do the E line. How friendly is E? Let's see. E plus A, yes or no? E plus A. Yeah, E plus A represents the sound, commonly represents the sound E. It can also represent the sound E, and it can represent the sound A, but mostly it's E. I remember E-A by thinking, eat your head and it breaks. E-A. Just in that sentence, you've got three examples where E and A represent different sounds. Yes, the word bread is a good one, leak, and so on. Brilliant work. E plus E. E plus E. Absolutely. E's quite friendly. E goes with lots of stuff. And that's a very, very common digraph, double E. Very, very common. And it says E mostly, like feet and meat. And not the meat you eat, but the meat that you have when you're having a meeting. The meat that you do, sorry, when you're having a meeting. And tree, very good. Absolutely brilliant examples. E plus I, yes or no? E plus I, yeah. And it's really hard to get them round the right way sometimes. Have you noticed that? That's why in spelling, the solitary spelling rule that everybody knows is I before E except after C. Unless you have a weird foreign sovereign neighbor, right? There's reasons for all of that, but E and I, yes. E plus O, yes or no? E plus O. If it's a yes, give me an example. E followed by O in a word. If it's a yes, I want an example because I'm interested in your examples. Lots of people going over to the no side. I've marked it as no. Ah, now, Leo. Yes, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. I want us to look at Leo for a second. Not the person Leo, although we love it when the person Leo comes on to the camera, but no, I'm going to show you on my board, because what we're doing here, this is called the Vowel Generator, and we are generating vowel digraphs. Now back to the definition. A digraph is 2 letters, 1 sound. So it's a way of expressing one sound with 2 letters. Let's take the name Leo. Now everybody say Leo out loud, and then we're going to zip and count the syllables. Ready? Say Leo. Leo. How many syllables was that? That's 2. This is the first syllable, Lee. This is the second syllable, O. Leo is a perfectly behaved combination of 2 syllables. The E says its name in the open syllable. The O says its name in the open syllable. Leo. So that's not these 2 letters combined to make one sound. 2 distinct sounds, E, O, like that. That's not a digraph. It just so happens that those 2 letters are next to each other, but they're not combining. So that can happen. 2 letters can be next to each other and leave each other alone, or 2 letters can be next to each other and combine to make a different sound. Do you see how that works? I certainly hope so. All right, let's get back to the slideshow. Yes, thank you, Nicole. Leopard. Leopard and people are 2 examples where E and O look like they're going together. Leopard is leopard. That's its story. The E tends to be pronounced, and therefore what we have there is a silent letter. But if you look at its journey, if you look at its history, you'll see why. And so people and leopard basically are 2 examples, 2 common examples where E and O are together. They're not making 2 separate syllables. However, I have said no because they are rare examples. You really don't, if you're looking to spell an E or an E sound, don't use EO. That's a really silly thing to do. You're only going to be right spelling leopard and people, and then some of the RIA words taken from Greek. So it's a no from me. E plus U, yes or no? Let's have your votes. Lots of wonderful, lots and lots and lots of wonderful. Oh, eucalyptus. I love that one. Yes. E plus U. That's right. It says U, as in Europe. Absolutely. What about George? The E is a function letter in George, making the G say J. It is not combining with the O in any way whatsoever. And actually, if you look at the Germanic versions of George, it's Georg, like that. The E is pronounced there. E plus U, U, let's go back to that one. In Europe, absolutely, eulogy, euphemism. I mean, it's not that common, but if you want to spell a U sound, sometimes it is that. E plus R, well, we already know everything plus R is yes. So E plus R is the first wicked sister, her, and I'm going to show you some really good pictures of wicked sisters shortly. E plus W, yes or no? Yeah. OU, this is the OU you may use at the end of a word. There is an OU that you may not use at the end of a word, and that's coming up. Last bit, EY. EY, does that go together to form a digraph in English? Yeah, look at all these answers. Grey, very good, Archer. Although if you're American, that's not how you spell grey. So we have a difference there. But yes, this is A-E. It can say A like in the word they, and E like in the word money, monkey, trolley, and so on, a valley. Yeah, good. Look at all those examples coming up. And that is line 2. Now, that's enough. That's enough for today. That's a lot of patterns. Your homework for the weekend, should you wish to take this mission, your homework for the weekend is going to be to continue to fill in the vowel generator. You don't have to finish it. You don't have to think of examples, but you can extend your learning in that space by finishing it and thinking of examples, okay? Also, there's another thing that you can do. You can look at the patterns. There's some interesting patterns here about combining letters and what won't go together and what will always go together. So we are going to review that on Mondays. We will finish off the vowel generator on Monday. It's a lot of information. So now, before we have questions, I've got a couple of announcements to make. The first thing is that we are dropping the frequency of these sessions back to 3 times a week. We're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from now on. I know that Edie and Amelia were asking whether there would be a lesson next Friday. I'm planning on it, definitely. We're going to drop back to 3 days a week for the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to drop back to 2 days a week. And by that time, we'll have finished the entire Spelling for Life program. Then we'll review it. We'll see if there's still interest in doing other stuff, because basically I could talk about language for the rest of my life. If you want to join me, then you can. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from now on are going to be the 3 days that we meet to do Spelling for Life. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing, I would like to show you some artwork. And this weekend, we will produce a slideshow to promote these free webinars. And that slideshow is going to contain your artwork. So if you've got things like this, and let me just share some incredible submissions already. I hope you can see this one. Hope you can see this one. I wanted to start with this one though, so we'll just come to the other one in a second. Sorry about that. Shared the wrong thing with you first. My apologies. This is the one I want to share with you. First of all, this has been sent in by Matilda. Matilda illustrated the 3 Wicked Sisters. And the thing that I never told you about the 3 Wicked Sisters was that the of her, there's a story about the of her. She was so wicked that she had a wicked name as well, which was Frogmelda. And people kept forgetting her name because it was such a terrible name. So they just called her, and that's the of her. And the second Wicked Sister had a really big beard. As you can see, Matilda's drawn the beard and sometimes a moustache as well. And people kept mistaking her for a man and calling her Sir. And then the third Wicked Sister is a werewolf. And when the full moon comes out, he gets fur all over his face. So that's the of fur. And the third one is much more rare than the first one. Do you see how that works? So that's how Matilda has illustrated all of that. That's very, very, very high quality. Are you 100% sure? Okay, I need you to really, really, really double check that. So that's the first piece of artwork I want to show you, and I'd really love you to send in some more. Oh, now the Tansley family is saying Monday is a public holiday. Is it on? Well, here's the thing. What else are we doing? Right? Are we going to the beach? What I'm going to do is I'm going to poll that. Okay, I'll put it to a poll. I think because you're here and you can vote. Would you like a lesson on Monday? So I'm going to put a poll there. Monday, question mark. Single choice. Okay, as long as you're 100% sure. All right. I'm launching that poll now, I think. It's a simple yes/no poll. Have to get better at this and faster at this. Sorry, everyone. Second bit of artwork is from Caitlin, Lily, and Bethany. And I'm just going to share that with you now. I have no idea what happened to the poll. It's like disappeared. Oh, dear. Anyway. Don't worry about it. If you can make it on Monday, tell me. Otherwise, we might skip it. And then we'll just do Wednesday and Friday next week. So look at this. This has been sent in from Caitlin, Lily, and Bethany. And you've got the Ugly Sisters, which is what they were called in Cinderella. Yes. And what I really, really love is just the beautiful colors here in this one. This one, because of the screen resolution, it's really, really hard to see, but I bet you they are incredible. And would you please, I love the fact that you're holding them up, and I really like that, and I'm using that in the slideshow, but would you also be kind enough to send me a picture just of the pictures so that I can really take a good look at them, because I love them so much. So thank you so much, and congratulations. Well done. That was really, really good. Really, really good. All right. So it's not a holiday? I thought it was Anzac Day or something.
What's tomorrow?
Yeah, I know, but they take a holiday. All right, so people are saying not in Vic. So I've made a decision. Yes, we're doing a lesson at 11 o'clock on Monday morning. There you go. There you go. And people are saying yes, some are saying no, but I think I'm going to do it. And if you can make it, that's wonderful. And if you can't, that's okay. We'll record it, and eventually you'll be able to watch it anyway. The days of the week are blurred here. Yes, I know, Amy. And some people are saying maybe. All right, 100% yes, says my best friend, Douglas. Excellent work, Mr. Man. All right, no, I get it, really. You probably don't have to write that again, Dougie. Thank you very much. All right, yes, and you might end up doing the recording. We have some questions because we're nearly done. Zach, you're up. Go.
Wait. How many words did we borrow from the Greek?
It's a really good question. There is definitely a percentage of words that are Greek influenced in English, but I actually don't know. Let's ask Google, what percentage of words in English are borrowed from Greek? How many do you think? It says 5%. Seems a bit low. I'm going to say derived from Greek. That might be different. Okay. Well, they say over 60% of all English words have Greek or Latin roots, but Greek, I'd be interested in that percentage. 30%, they're saying. I don't know, because you see, a lot of the time they come through French as well. So that's a bit hard, but I can definitely do more research and find out for you, but quite a lot. Quite a lot, Zaki. Thank you for that amazing question. We've got Edie and Amelia up next. Thank you, Zaki. See you soon. Edie and Amelia, you're up.
Oh, sorry.
We were just wondering, with the double A pattern, our music teacher at school's name is Mrs. Raad, and it's spelled R-A-A-D.
Yep.
Is it allowed to do that because it's a name?
Yes, and also she sounds like she's probably either South African or Dutch. So is she South African?
I'm not sure, I think so.
Right, okay. So in the Dutch language, double A is one of their very, very common digraphs, and that's where we get aardvark from. Aardvark in Dutch means earth pig. Aard means earth, A-A-R-D. So that's really common in Dutch, but not common in English. So when you see double A in anything, you know Dutch or Afrikaans, which is derived from Dutch. So there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon. All right, Dougie, you're up. What question?
Where do we post the Wicked Sisters?
To imogencotty72@gmail.com. She is going to put that into the chat right now, and that was a brilliant question as usual. And
Okay.
I will also, if I remember, I'll actually put a contact link in my, oh no, that's not going to work because you can't send things that way. But Imogen, it's best to submit them to Imogen. Although, look, any of my students who've already been in touch with me, you know my email address as well. You can send it to my email address, which is lynstone@lifelongliteracy.com. You can do either one of those things. So I hope that helps. I hope that is helpful.
Yep, that's helpful. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What about the number 3?
What about the number 3? Oh, I forgot. It's 11:30. We'll have to do the number 3 on Monday, although 3 is peasy. But I want to show you something related to the number 3 that you might get a kick out of. So we'll do that on Monday. Okay. And Kate is saying she ordered my book on April the 5th and it hasn't arrived yet. Yeah, such is postage, Kate. What can I tell you? All right. Anything else? Have I missed anything? No? All right. Well, I think it's time. I do believe it is actually time for everyone to unmute their mics and say a big goodbye. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye then.
Bye.
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 Just about everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Lynn. Bye.